Good day, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. So, this is Gandiji.io, the actual contract on Etherscan. And the reason why I'm talking about this contract is because it's been working. It's been successfully operating for the better part of almost 18 months exact to the date, but yes, it's been successful. It's been delivering what it's been created to deliver. And that's important. I think that's important, in my opinion, because people could tell you a lot of things. People could tell you a bunch of pretty, fluffy, nice, you know, illusions. They could present all kinds of stories and promises, and you end up finding out whether it's true or not. And a lot of times in crypto, more often than not, sad to say, people get scammed over and over and over and over again. And it's not going to stop. It might be reduced should the cryptocurrency market um, become more regulated, right? But right now, the space is incredibly deregulated. Sure, there'll be some changes introduced in the future at some point, but right now it's raw, it's uncut, it's brutal. It's not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. If you don't have the stomach for this stuff, leave it alone. If you can't deal with these price fluctuations and the changes, if you can't sleep at night, if this thing makes you just stress you out, and you're at the point where you're sick, and this thing is just not for you. It's not for everyone. Everything is not for everyone. And cryptocurrency is hardcore. If you're in cryptocurrency, you're hardcore, regardless. That's my opinion. Number one, you are a leader in your own right, because this thing right here, people don't understand it. I didn't understand it when I first heard about it. I thought this thing was a joke. I thought this was all like just a scam. It's about gambling, it's about casino, play money. This thing is make believe. I didn't understand it. But the more information is power, the more you learn is the better, and the more you'll grow. The better you become, and the more you'll grow. But at the same time, this thing is hardcore. No joke, no doubt about it. You need to know what you're doing. It's almost like going to war. um, and if you're ill prepared, you will lose repeatedly, over and over and over again. If you don't have the balance, the a plan, the mental and testicular fortitude for my gentlemen out there. No disrespect to the females, but for my gentlemen out there, if you don't have the testicular fortitude, the heavy nutsack to deal with this, whether it comes and goes and how it moves, then stay out of it. Just stay out of it. But for those who do want to, be courageous and play this crypto game, you know, there are opportunities that are available. Once you do your research, there's opportunities that are available to help improve your livelihood, to help improve your quality of life. The blockchain is crazy. It's a crazy concept that's it's actualized because it's actually being used. It's crazy. This whole thing it's crazy stuff. You're talking about currency that people can't touch, that's making moves, incredible strides to enrich the poor, bottom line, and make the wealthy even more richer. So this thing right here is proof. You can look at this blockchain, you can look. In other words, for example, the developer of this contract can tell you whatever he wants to tell you about how his contract works, what it's going to do for its end users, what it's going to provide, and how it operates to the T. In order to really go and support, or really fact find, and in order to substantiate whatever he's saying, or any other developer in the future, you can look at the blockchain for proof, for verification, to substantiate the claims that a person is making. In other words, you don't have to believe what the developer is saying. You don't have to believe what anyone says. If what they're saying is true, it could be verified in the blockchain. I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. A person could talk about how much Bitcoin they have. They're going to send you Bitcoin. You're supposed to receive Bitcoin, whatever. Until it's verified, it's all hot air. Until you go to the blockchain to prove, to see for your own self, to your own eyes. Until everything is right there, recorded on that ledger, on that decentralized ledger, everything is just smoke and mirrors. It's BS. It's nonsense. It's lies. Prove it. Prove that you own the crypto. Prove that you have it. The blockchain helps to verify that. It eliminates trust. It eliminates trusting in people. It eliminates all of that. That's why this contract and contracts like it, but particularly for this, in all intents and purposes of this video, Gandhiji.io it's presenting this to the world, in my opinion, to cover many different areas, but to also show how trust should be eliminated among people when you have this blockchain. I don't care what someone is saying. I don't care what they promise. I care about what this blockchain shows. The contract is self-governing. This has nothing, the developer is not the one pushing the buttons, making sure that the divvies are doled out to all token holders. No, the blockchain is taking care of that. The blockchain is taking care of the price fluctuations and the price of the tokens, and how many Ethereum should be divided and given out to all the participants in the plot, in the smart contract, Gandhiji.io. The blockchain, this smart contract, is governing itself. And another thing I just want to add, because this is something that's useful, because people have been so, including myself, suffered many losses in life, especially monetary. We suffered a lot of losses. How do you minimize the losses? You learn from those mistakes so you don't have to repeat them again when those situations come up. Especially in crypto. Crypto is brutal, man. They paint nice designs. They'll give you the shiniest bells and whistles, the greatest looking user interface, websites. They look so nice, so professionally done, and it's all garbage. Because all they want to do is take your money and run. And there's no recourse. Who are you going to call? Crypto police? No. The blockchain is where your trust should lie. Your trust should lie. Trust the code. Trust the blockchain. Minimize risk. Reduce your chances of losing. Now, I'm not promising anything. This is not financial advice either. These are just thoughts that I'm just sharing and documenting, on this video, to help people and others who might be interested in this space and who might want to learn and make their make their decisions accordingly, you know? Because again, when you suffer losses, it doesn't feel good. There's people that's still suffering from 2017. There's people that's still suffering from 2016, 15, from the beginning when this market came. You know, how many people lost their Bitcoins in different laptops or tossed their keys away or whatever. They say millions of Bitcoins will never be recovered again. I'm sure those individuals are upset to the max. You want to talk about losses? People who just, you know, relinquished all their savings accounts to put it in lending platforms that have come and gone, that they could never retrieve. They could never retrieve. You know, folks that, you know, you buy into the stories that individuals might present to you, you know, that they, you know, they made videos and they made all these promises, and they just took millions and millions worth of crypto and then laughing at you, you know. That hurts. That hurts. But this contract so far hasn't scammed anyone. This contract so far is not promising anything other than what it's delivering on its own. This contract is devoid of any feelings and human sentiment. This contract is operating on its own. It's incredibly groundbreaking, and this is, again, should have been newsworthy. This needs to be on prime time. I mean, mainstream commercial news. This really needs to receive the light. And another thing, that maybe the reason why it hasn't reached that level yet is because the entire cryptocurrency market is in its infancy. You're talking about less than 11 years. But the time is going to come, and consider yourselves very fortunate. Consider everyone who's in this contract and who's in the cryptocurrency space in general, as leaders and avant-garde. Like you guys are just trendsetters, blazing the trail for change, revolutionary in your own right, because you're taking courageous steps to push humanity forward and improve the quality of your life and the life of your loved ones. That's huge. And Gandhiji.io introduces its own technology to help further that cause, just like other projects have. Again, this is about Gandhiji.io. You could interact with the contract directly should the website go down. There's no excuse. There's nothing to hold you back except you. Be well.